Welcome to the Dig Into English podcast, episode 5. Hello everyone, this is Ben, and welcome to the 5th episode of the Dig Into English podcast from digintoenglish.com. Sorry, I haven't had my morning cup of coffee yet. Are you someone who can't live without a cup of coffee or tea in the morning? If so, you're definitely not alone. In this episode, we're going to talk about the world's most popular drug. It comes in many different forms. There's light green tea from East Asia, thick Turkish coffee, the famous English cup of tea, Italian espresso, and that sweet, expensive stuff you can buy from Starbucks. Yes, in this episode, we're going to talk about caffeine. Caffeine, which is spelt Caffeine, has a long history. According to Chinese legends, the Chinese Emperor Shennong discovered tea by accident around 5,000 years ago. Some tea leaves fell into a pot of boiling water, and the result was a delicious drink that made people feel better. Coffee dates back to the 9th century in Ethiopia. Tea drinking in the English-speaking world began in Britain in the 17th century. Business people wanted to stop their workers from getting drunk while they were at work. In those days, people drank alcohol at lunch and during their breaks. This meant that by the end of the day, they were pretty useless. When they began drinking tea, they became more productive. Tea became a sensation, which is another way of saying that it became very popular very quickly. Today, we drink more tea than anything except for water. However, caffeine is not for everybody. Some people can't sleep if they drink coffee in the afternoon or at night. Others don't like that caffeine is addictive. ADDICTIVE, which means that our body begins to need it in order to work properly. Our bodies become dependent on caffeine. Once you get addicted to the caffeine in your morning cup of coffee or tea, it can be hard to wake up in the morning. That doesn't stop us though. People around the world consume 120,000 tons of caffeine every year. That's 120 million kilograms. This is enough for one caffeinated drink per day for every single person in the world. But it isn't just the caffeine that makes tea and coffee popular. These drinks are also deeply connected to our social lives. In Britain and in Australia, life wouldn't be the same without a cup of tea or a cuppa at morning tea or afternoon tea. These are special meal times in between breakfast and lunch and dinner. Many countries have a famous cafe culture as well. Cafes have often been a meeting place for writers, artists, and philosophers. Recently, coffee has become popular in Australia as well. If I want to meet up with a friend I haven't seen for a long time, we usually grab a coffee. We go to a cafe to drink a coffee. You can also buy coffee from vending machines. These are big machines that sell soft drinks, snacks, coffee, and other things. Unlike shops, vending machines are available all the time, so they're very popular at night. When I was at university, these vending machines quickly became my friends. I would always leave my assignments until the last minute, which means to wait until as late as possible to start something. I wouldn't finish my assignments until the night before they were due, or sometimes even the day they were due. Sometimes I wouldn't even start them until the night before they were due. I had no choice but to stay up all night, writing my assignment in the university library. Young people call this pulling an all-nighter. If you study in an English-speaking country, you'll probably hear this expression regularly. Do you have this bad habit as well? If so, you probably like caffeine as much as I do. Do you normally drink tea or coffee or neither? What do people normally drink in your country? Let me know in a comment at digintoenglish.com or on the Dig Into English Facebook page, facebook.com/digintoenglish. A little bit of caffeine isn't bad for you, so I hope that if we're ever in the same city, we can catch up and grab a coffee. Until then, I hope you're enjoying learning English. I'll catch you next time.